Hey, what's up, my Saturday love? I'm back with another fabulous video, and it's your girl Disney Diva, and I want to welcome in all my new Saturday loves, because I know I got a few. And for your listening pleasures, I got some 112. This song is called You Already Know, and you definitely already know. I need you guys to like, I need you guys to hit that notification bell, and I definitely need you guys to subscribe. So I am feeling hot and fabulous. I just came back from the movies, and yes, I said the movies. I know my movie reviews are terrible. But I just got finished seeing Elio. So I'm going to try my best to remember everything that I saw and just tell you a little bit about this movie I saw, this cute little silly little movie. So I need all my little superstars and alien friends and just to listen up. And like I said, please save all your tomatoes to the end. And let me just refreshing myself because like I said, it is hot out there. So like I said, I'm feeling a little bit parched, and I do have my favorite drink, my Starbucks drink. And then it's matching with my army shirt because in the movie it was like, you know, military style. So I decided to put on like an army shirt. I didn't have like any space looking alien stuff. So you know me, I like to match with the movies. So I just wanted to go on thing. And yes, my black people were up in there. So yeah. So I like that. So anyways, Elio. The main point of this movie was Elio and his Tia aunt named Olga. She was in the military. I forgot what her main mission was and what she was in charge of. Something dealing with computers or something with space. I forgot that. But in Elio, and like I said, warning, it will be some like type of spoilers in this. But in Elio, now Disney, they always got a way to pull at your heartstrings, excuse me, speak fast. But they always got a way to pull at your heart strings. Elio was a little boy. I don't know how old he was. I don't know if they said his age, but I'm thinking maybe he was about like maybe 7 or 8 years old. That's what I'm thinking. But both of his parents died, and we all can relate to death. I can relate to death. I deal with my mom's death and my best friend death, and I'm pretty sure we can all, like I said, find some type of way to relate to this. And Disney is always doing that to us. So it kind of starts like this. We don't get a background on how his parents died and how his aunt ended up getting custody to her nephew. But he kind of makes his life, his aunt life, kind of like a, excuse me for saying it like this, a living hell. Because he makes things kind of difficult for her, and he's always like gets in trouble with things and stuff. And she tries her best to understand him, and he becomes like really depressed. He doesn't have any friends. He gets picked on and bullied all the time. And believe me, I know how it feels because I am a subject of being bullied and ridiculed and all that stuff. And that's not easy for me. And as an adult, I know how that mess feels to be picked on and don't feel like you fit in anywhere. And that was the same thing with Elio's character. He did not feel like he belonged. He did not feel like he fit in. And his aunt was trying her best to make him feel like, you know, you don't need to feel like this. You do fit in. You know, I love you and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And she ended up taking him to like the space museum. And I feel like we need a little bit more background because I thought they were just at a fast food place. But they were like in the commentary, like in like, I guess, the, what do you call it? Just like the, oh my Lord, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Just a place where you go where they have like the lunch area, like when you go to like exhibits and stuff. I don't know why I cannot think of it. Don't come for me, y'all. Like I said, save all tomatoes at the end. But like I said, one of her colleagues came up to her and they were talking about, I guess, the situation with her nephew and whatnot. And so he carried it off, right? And so this is the whole idea how he became obsessed, like, with space. He went to an exhibit that was closed and it was talking about, is there life out there? Is there life beyond and stuff? And so when the aunt was trying to locate him, you know, he was laying on the floor at this exhibit and just all the stuff opened up to him and everything. He was just all in awe with aliens and trying to contact aliens and stuff. And she told him, like, you know, dude, you can't keep running off like this, you know. And so that's how the whole thing where he just became obsessed with just aliens and stuff. And there was a part in the movie where she got so fed up with him because she had to take him to work. She had to take him back to her job because she did try to send him off to summer camp, some type of summer camp, and he got in trouble there, which really wasn't his fault. The older boys picked on him, right? And she almost got fired from her job because of her nephew. And he tried to contact these aliens, right? That was kind of funny too, And he tried to contact these aliens, right? And he almost got fired. And the funniest part I liked was the part where she was trying to like do some research on him, and she was like, which one of these little faces are you? And then he was like, well, I think you're that face. And she got mad at him and stuff. But like I said, but getting more to like the meat and the potatoes of this thing, finding the part where he kind of like, because he was just asking to get like abducted. Because like I said, he didn't feel like he belonged to this world. And like I said, I could totally definitely relate, because like I said, real quick before I get off the subject, like I said, when I was talking about back in like on my birthday vacation, like I always felt like, Disneyland is a place to belong, or I always said that I just want to disappear to like Alice in Wonderland. If there was like a portal or a place where I could just like disappear into that land, transform into like Alice in Wonderland, and of course put on like the costume, and I'm being bad here, have like a sexy little Alice in Wonderland costume, that'd be so great. Just disappear, like, not like that people now, but like I said, sometimes like you don't feel like you belong, and Elio felt like he belonged to the galaxy, to outer space, and that's where he felt like he belonged. And then so finally he got the opportunity when, like I said, she did send him away to like this sleepaway camp, and these boys are about to like to beat on him. And then one of the friends that he did meet was like this black boy. I think the guy name was like Rice, and he was like, oh, we're just gonna scare him, we're not gonna like do him harm. And then all of a sudden, like I said, these space aliens, they were like ambassador of space, and of course Elio, trying to be the cool guy he think he was like, oh yeah, I'm the leader of space, and it was kind of cute and everything. And because he's some type of translator that he something on the ham radio that he did that kind of like blew up the something at the army base on the computers, that kind of like did like a power outage, that which kind of got his aunt in trouble. And and that was the whole reason why she did kind of send him away, because he was just nothing but trouble. And she was trying to understand that, because I guess when you're going through grieving and death, it just make you do all kind of crazy things, especially as a child and stuff. And so that was the main reason. But he finally got his wish. And then the part that was so funny, he was like, it's finally happening. And then the whole thing with the clone, the clone that they sent back to Earth for him, that clone was like wacko. That clone part was funny, But like I said, when he was in space, he was trying to be this person that he really wasn't. And then this, like I said, this movie also gave me like E.T. vibes, kind of like Buzz Lightyear bad guy vibe for the guy named Lord. Oh my God, it started with a G, Lord Gotten or Gorton or something like that. I know I'm saying his name wrong, so don't come for me. And like I said, he was in this place called the Communiverse, and the main thing about that, they were looking for intellectual people to join their team, and they saw Elio, and they thought that Elio was just an intellectual person, and so that's why they wanted him. And then, like I said, the bad guy, Lord somebody, let's just call him like that, he wanted to be a part of that because he just thought he was almighty and just knew everything, and he wanted to kind of like take over their land, and they were not going for that. And these were kind of chicken too, but Elio did not want to go back home, and so that's why he made up this whole lie and everything. And so he was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll go talk to him. And so he wouldn't go back to his life, because I can understand that, because like I said, once again, going back to Disneyland for me, when Disneyland is over, when my birthday vacation's over, I don't want to go back to my life. I don't want to go back home. I don't want to go back to work, because like I said, you're in the magic. You're somewhere where you feel like you're accepted, and that was Elio's whole thing. He was somewhere where he felt like he can be accepted. He was finding somewhere where this is me. This is where I fit in. So I don't want to mess this up. I'm telling a lie, but I'm going to make this work. And this is where he ended up meeting like his best friends. I think it's his friend name was Gordon or something like that. I can't think of the bad guy's name, but that's why I said that. Gave me a Buzz Lightyear bad guy's name. because of the whole armor thing of it. And his little best friend, that thing looked hideous. He had a cute voice, but the whole little, I didn't like how these little alien dudes look. You know, I mean, the colorful arrangement of it all was nice, but these alien creatures, especially his best friend, come on now, they could have did a better job than that. I was not feeling it. I mean, the jokes were hitting. It was funny, but just the whole creature thing, the little bug-eyed, wormy little thing, it was not sitting right for me. I mean, I wish they would have gave the thing some eyes or something, you know, but like in the armor thing that the father had on, he had a helmet that had some type of eyes on. So it was kind of like two stories in one, because this dude, he wanted his son, which was a creepy worm thing. I think his name was Gordon or something like that. He wanted his son to be like the next heir to take over his role of being like this bad dude, and the son did not want that. The son just wanted to be a cute little kid and be loving and nice, and some type of, like, I think they call it like a catalyst or a chrysalis or some type of armor that they had to put on, you know. And he was faking the funk just to please his father. And we all do things sometimes just to please our parents, and you know, we don't want to, you know, we have our own mind, want to do our own things. So it's kind of like that, you know. And Elio was just kind of like helping him to try to stand up to his father, and it was just a little bit of both in between. They really helped each other throughout this whole little movie. It was really cute like that, you know. And Elio had used him as a bargaining chip, which was so cute. He said, "Oh, I never been used as a bargaining chip. I've been a liability. I've been this. I've been that." Oh my God, I laughed. It was so hilarious, especially the part where they're in the lava tunnels and the lava was coming. He said, "Hey, I'm not fireproof here." And then the guy was like, Gordon was like, "Oh, get in my mouth." And then he said, "Oh, it's actually pretty warm in here." He's like, "It is? I never been inside there." And I was like, "Dude, how can you get inside your own mouth?" I laughed so loud. That part was funny, you know. But the part where he just got kind of crazy. Now, I'm gonna admit, I kind of fell asleep through the part where they were like battling back and forth. So I don't know what happened in between. Maybe just like I said, age, you know, just a little bit tired medication wise, you know. It did get a little bit boring throughout the middle of the end. But like I said, the main point of this whole movie that I got from it was just about, like, you know, getting to know your family, learning how to fit in the best way you can, just learning how to be you, and knowing that, you know, how to accept your own self. That was the main thing I got out of this cute little movie, you know. I mean, like I said, a lot of little jokes were hitting. Like I said, I didn't like how the little bug things look, you know. And Elio just had to learn how to just accept himself. The main thing towards the end of the movie, the part when he saved his friend, you know, that was the most beautiful thing. And how he did get accepted, you know, and the end, how he found out how his aunt really did appreciate him, because he had the opportunity to stay, but he didn't stay. You know, he realized that his aunt did need him, and that how she did appreciate him. So that was really beautiful right there. That was a beautiful moment that I felt, you know. And how Gordon's father realized something too, you know, the beauty about his son, and accepting him for who he is and stuff. So that was a beautiful moment too, if I could recall. Because like I said, I'm trying to recall everything, you know. And like I said, some of the jokes that were funny and stuff too, you know. You know, like I said, a little bit Thursday here. But like I said, Disney knows how to pull at your heartstrings and stuff, you know, because they always got to do something with death in it. And like I said, I definitely can relate to that. And about being accepted and stuff, because sometimes it's hard to be accepted. And this little kid was bullied. He was picked on, you know. They gave him a black eye. They talked about him. They ridiculed him. And I was like, wow, did they go there? I mean, some parts I did grab my invisible pearl strings. And I was like, wow, you know. I didn't know that they would go there like that, and they did. And I mean, like I said, you will laugh, you will cry, so be prepared for that, you know. I got a little bit misty-eyed, you know, like through the middle part, I did fall asleep. So if I could sum up Elio, let me think. I'm gonna give Elio between a 6 and a 7. You know, I enjoyed the movie a lot, and I look forward to seeing it on Disney Plus. You know, it was a good movie. And like I said, I related to it a lot. You know, you learn a little bit about yourself. So I'll say, like I said, take all your little alien friends, your astronaut friends, and go see Elio. And the next movies I'm going to see is Megan and Jurassic Park. I look forward to that. So I want to thank you for your time. Sorry if it seemed like I'm rushed, just a little bit hot. You guys know, like I said, I'm trying with movie reviews. I still get a little bit shy. Like I said, I'm trying. But thank you so much for your patience and stuff. So like I said, stay tuned for the next videos. And I just look forward to you guys joining in with me. Thank you so much again. And you know what you need to do. Thank you so much. And it's your girl again, Disney Diva. Thank you. Deuces, keep that magic.